welcome to the 3S Yoga channel. I'm Annie Peace and this is Nadia. Today we're going to be flowing through a little chair yoga practice. A lot of it's seated. It's really nice for kind of the end of the work day, or if you just don't have a lot of energy, you'd rather work from seated. We'll be doing some standing as well with the chair. So the only tool that you need is a chair with a nice flat seat and ideally not arms. And once you have that, we can begin. Oh, and just a quick reminder, if you look below in the description, you can subscribe and we'd love to have you. You can donate and we'd appreciate it. And otherwise, this practice is a gift for you if that's what you need. Let's start out finding a comfortable way to sit. So I tend to sit forward rather than leaning back, just stacking up the spine toward the sky, if you have sky like we do. Finding a nice distance for the feet, maybe moving the ankles, moving the toes a little bit. You can be barefoot here, it feels nice. And starting by bringing a hand to the belly, bringing breath in to move the hand so that you can feel the support of the breath through the belly and the low back. We'll find just several nice, calming, long breaths. Big inhale, moving the hand. And on the exhale, sighing it out. And as you slow down, beginning to bring awareness to the body, noticing how the toes are doing and the ankles and the knees and the hips. Stacking up the spine toward the sky, letting the back of the neck be long and just noticing how everything's feeling. Maybe getting a little curious about the low back. We can let the hands rest on the legs or on the knees, however you're comfortable. On your inhale, letting the heart open forward, letting the shoulders drop. On the exhale, rounding the spine back. So we're finding some seated cat-cows here. On the inhale, letting the breath draw the heart forward. On the exhale, rounding back. Noticing how the spine's feeling. Maybe there are some areas that are a little tight or a little stiff. We can give them more breath, more time. And we'll find about 2 more cycles of breath here. On the inhale, opening the heart. On the exhale, rounding back. Last one. And just to vary this movement, to explore a little more, we can bring the heart forward again and just curve over to your right, back, left, finding some big circles here or small circles, whatever you're called to do. Maybe circling in the opposite direction, noticing the connection between the back, the hips, the legs. How's everything doing? Just being curious and circling back to center. Stacking up the spine, sending the crown of the head up. We could lift the shoulders up toward the ears, inhaling them up. On the exhale, allowing the shoulders to drop down. Next inhale, lifts. Exhale. Last one. This time we're going to hold, lifting, holding, letting the shoulders start to tire a little bit so that when we exhale, the shoulders might drop a little bit further. We could find some free movement here, bringing the hands forward nice and wide. We can find circles for the hands. If you want to add a little more tension, you could bring the hands into claws or into fists. Just finding nice circles here, shaking out the hands, letting them drop by the sides. And moving with the breath. On the inhale, we can reach up, getting really long, really tall. On the exhale, reaching out and down. So we're finding nice openness for the side body, for the low back. Inhaling up. Maybe the fingertips touch. Exhaling out and down. One more like that, reaching up. On the exhale, out and down. Bringing hands to heart center. We can let the elbows drop so the shoulders can drop. Stacking the spine up really, really tall. Inhaling tall on the exhale, turning the heart and the hands towards your right knee. So the left hand can land on the knee, the right hand might hold the chair. We can turn the chin to the right, the eyes to the right. Still sending the crown of the head up high. Coming back through center, long spine. And on an exhale, turning the heart and the hands toward the left knee. So the right hand lands on the knee. The left hand might be supported by the chair. And here we can again stack the spine up tall. Chin could turn left, eyes could turn left. Coming back through to your center, maybe rolling out the shoulders, finding some free movement. We can start to rock forward onto the toes, back onto the heels, just waking up the feet, especially if they've been in shoes all day. The next time you rock back on the heels, maybe lifting up all 10 toes nice and wide, and we'll see if we can set down just the pinky toe, the fourth, the third, the second, the first. Starting to walk out the heels. And just to find some free movement left and right, windshield wipering the knees, waking up the hips, waking up the legs, noticing how everything's moving, how the body feels right now. And coming back to your center, we can walk the feet out a little bit. On an inhale, rise up again. And on the exhale, start to fold. So maybe you want to stop here with the elbows on the legs. Maybe you want to drop a little further, inhaling the spine long, exhale, just melting down, finding your turtle back, finding a little bit of free movement side to side if you want it. And on an inhale, rising up, reaching up, letting the heart lift. Bringing hands through heart center. One more fold like that with a twist if you want, inhaling up. Exhale, folding a little or maybe a lot. And if you want that twist, letting the left hand land under the face, inhaling the spine straight, just sending the right hand up. On an exhale, letting the right hand land, inhaling the spine straight, left hand rises. Releasing down, and on an inhale, rising up, lifting the heart, bringing the hands through to heart center, letting the elbows drop so the shoulders can drop. And having folded forward, let's find a little back bend here, letting the hands land on the chair, somewhere where you have support. I tend to like to lean the elbows into the back of the chair. That feels good to me. And we can just let the heart lift, let the throat get long. Letting the breath expand the front ribs, creating a little more space here, especially if you work over a computer or a desk. This can feel really good. Rising back up, letting the hands land where they do. And we can again find a few cat-cows, just noticing what's changing in the body, what's the same, how are things doing. Coming back to your center. And let's move into some standing with the optional support of the chair, especially for balance shapes. It can be nice to have a little support so that you have the freedom to align the body in the best way without worrying about falling over. So we'll step over to, stepping to the left side of my chair. And my right hand has this nice support here that I can use if I want to. We can again rock forward onto the toes, back onto the heels, just like we were doing when we were seated, finding a nice distance. And the next time you rock back on the heels, lifting the toes, setting them down one by one so you have these wide, strong feet. Energetically drawing the heels apart. So we're waking up muscles all the way up to the hips, allowing a soft bend in the knee on the inhale. Stacking the spine up, getting as tall as you can on your exhale, drawing the belly button in and up. Inhale, lifts the shoulders, and on your exhale, opening the palms by the side, and the chair's always here if you want it. 2 more breaths here in mountain pose. And in mountain, we do as little as possible. Mountains don't have to work to stand up. So letting go of any extra holding in the jaw or the shoulders or anywhere else where you might feel tight. Softening the hands, we can turn the right toes just a tiny bit, like a couple minutes on an analog clock, toward the chair, allowing a little soft bend in that right knee. Left hand comes to the waist, and the left foot can kick out to the side and come in for tree pose with a kickstand. And this could be enough if you want more, stacking up the spine, getting a little taller. Maybe bring the foot further up the leg. Left hand could rise up if you want your tree to have branches. And if you're feeling very stable here and you don't want the chair, you could always rise all the way up. Releasing down. Chair is still here. We can send the left foot a bit forward, stepping the right foot back at a little bit of an angle, moving into warrior 1 with the support of the chair if you want it. Left knee is over the ankle, hip points are forward. On an inhale, rising up tall. On the exhale, you could again draw the belly button in and up, helping to strengthen both the belly and the low back. And if this is feeling easy and good, both hands could rise. Releasing the hands down, maybe taking the support of the chair. Here, the left foot could inch over toward the chair by 1 foot width, more or less. And we want the right foot in line with it. So now we notice the hip points are more toward the chair. We're moving into a warrior 2, so the left hand extends forward. The right hand could remain on the chair. Or if this is really comfortable, you could send it back behind you. Releasing back. And we can just straighten the left knee and bring it back. Noticing how everything's moving. And now stepping the 2 feet together. Just going to move my chair a little to change the angle. We can move into warrior 3, a nice balance. So the left foot here will be forward just like it has been. The right foot back a little bit. On an inhale, stacking up the spine so we're really long and tall. Landing the hands on the chair, sending that right heel back behind you. And if you want more, the left hand could reach forward. The chair's here to hold you up. Releasing down when you're ready. Just finding a nice spin, noticing how the body's feeling on the left and on the right. Maybe rolling out the shoulders, nodding yes, shaking the head no. Just getting comfortable. And you don't need to move your chair, but I'm moving mine just so it's easy to see. Now I'm going to walk over, so the chair's on my left. I'm to the right of the chair. And we'll find the same sequence here for the right side of the body. Rocking forward onto the toes, back onto the heels again, finding that awareness of the feet, the toes, rocking the heels back, lifting the toes up. We can set down the pinky, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st. With the support of the chair, elevating the heels a little bit, finding a nice balance. On the 2 feet, a nice steadiness. And setting it down. Energetically, isometrically drawing the heels apart so we wake up muscles all the way up to the hip. Little bend in the knees, lets the tailbone point toward the earth. Inhale, taller. Exhale, draws the belly button in and up. Inhale, lifts the shoulders. And on your exhale, opening the palms. Finding your nice, steady, stable mountain pose again. Doing as little work here as possible. We can turn the left foot a little bit toward the chair, just a little. Soft bend in the left knee. Right foot's going to kick out to the side and come in. Moving into your tree pose with a kickstand. If you want more, next inhale, rising up tall. Maybe the foot comes further up, maybe the hand rises up toward the sky. Releasing down. Finding your way back, walking out the feet, finding a nice spin. And now when you're ready, stepping the right foot forward. The left foot's going to step back at a little bit of an angle. Right knee's over the ankle. Hip points are forward. On the inhale, stacking the spine up just like we did when we were seated. On your exhale, drawing the belly button in and up so you're strong. Inhaling the arms up, finding your warrior one, maybe with support, maybe without. Bringing hands back to heart center, maybe taking support from the chair. We can just inch the right foot, 1 foot width toward the chair, and line the left foot with it. So it's as though you're on a tightrope. The hip points toward the chair. Right hand reaches forward. Left hand may take support or reach back, depending what feels better. Bringing hands to heart center or one to the chair, we could start to straighten the right knee and bring it back. Noticing how the knee's feeling, the hip, the ankle, the toes. And when you're ready, stepping the feet together, facing the chair. The right foot will step forward and the left back just like we have been doing. Moving into your warrior three, your one-footed balance. Inhaling tall. On your exhale, landing the hands to either side of the chair, right in the middle. Sending the left heel back. Maybe the right hand reaches forward. Releasing down. Rising up, maybe finding a nice stretch upward if you want. And we'll step back toward the front of the chair. Finding a nice distance for the feet so you're really comfortable. Moving into chair pose with the chair just right behind you so that when you are ready to sit, it's there. Bringing hands to heart center, letting the elbows drop. On your inhale, stacking up the spine. Exhale, draws the belly button in and up. Inhale, taller. On your exhale, bending at the knee, bending at the hip, as though to sit down. But we won't sit quite yet. And when you're ready, slow lowering into the chair, walking out the feet. Finding a little windshield wiper movement for the knees. And we'll check in with the spine one more time before closing, finding a few more cat-cows. So on the inhale, opening the heart. On the exhale, rounding the spine. Just noticing how everything feels. Now, if you're inspired to find some circles, find some circles. Coming back to your center when you're ready. Inhaling the spine long, and on an exhale, just leaning back. Letting the palms rest in the lap, allowing the eyes to be closed or soft. And taking rest for just as long as you want to. If you'd set a focus or intention and you want to revisit that idea, it's a good time to check in on how that thought feels to you now. And we'll close our video practice, but you can rest for as long as you want. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.